I'm at the entrance to Lake Cave. It's very, very wet outside. It's also very wet inside. I just did this cave last week. Oh, here we go. Here's a catchy name for a cave. What's that say? 631-51. 631-51. All right, so in English, it's Lake Cave. So, let's see, I'm gonna try to stay on the trail here. There's no official trail here, so people have been kind of trampling all over the countryside trying to find this place. I'm almost tempted to tell the rangers to put in a legitimate trail here so they can block off all the unofficial trails and, you know, make this place less of a mess. So we're not at the upper end, but we're close. That's the way down to the main part of the tube. And then over to the right, there's a little bit of tube. I'm gonna go ahead and do both today. I got knee pads on. Got 6 flashlights. Last week when I came through here, it took me 3.5 hours. So 3 flashlights is the bare minimum. I did not see any bears or bats last time I was here. I think it's too big for bears and too wet for bats. Anyway. Wow. So let's see what's back here. Alright. Well, you know, there's obviously a little bit of a cave back here. It's very slippery and wet. Gotta be careful. So I'm not necessarily gonna climb back to this part here. If I remember right, it doesn't go very far anyway. Yeah, see, there's nothing. They pan up. Yeah, see? Nothing there. Alright. Good to know. Got all sorts of weird stuff hanging in here. Alright, in. This cave is wet. It's not too slippery. It has good traction texture. I'm standing up here. It's ceiling's maybe 8 feet tall in the middle. I'm near the edge, so it's not quite so tall. Oops. Hang on, my flashlight already glitched. Some of my flashlights are better behaved than others. Actually, let me back up a second so I can show you something here. Look how the floor is really smooth here, and then it suddenly gets rough. Alright. I'm gonna sit down a second, put on my gloves. I'm almost as far up the cave as I'm gonna go, but wherever I'm gonna go, I wanna use, whoops. Oh, come on. I'm just putting on my gloves here so I can crawl without pulverizing my beautiful hands. Oops, darn it. I keep pushing the wrong button on my gimbal on accident. The button is right where I don't want it. Anyway. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to be able to go much farther. I was just here last week, but doesn't mean I got the whole thing memorized. There's a little peephole there. Obviously, what makes the cave interesting is how uneven it is. This backpack I'm using, I got everything in one big compartment. So I have 5 spare flashlights and like 10 spare batteries all in there together. about time I got a new backpack. Didn't get around to it yet. Notice how uneven the ceiling is here. How it's much wider than it is tall. It's like 8 feet wide, but only 2 feet tall. I'm on my hands and knees right now, crawling along. I have everything in my backpack because it's got a zip up area, keep everything from falling down. I don't want to just put stuff in my pockets. Don't want to have my car keys fall out of my pocket, pants pocket. That wouldn't be pretty. This cave here especially, it's got a lot of gaps between rocks. If I drop my car keys down there, I'll never get them out. If the cave was easier if I was standing up the whole time and the floor was nice and flat, it wouldn't be so bad. Look at this. See that? Plant roots coming through a crack in the ceiling. I don't know how far up the ground level is here. Probably just a few feet. Enough for a few plant roots to obviously penetrate. I think that's a slug or something growing there. Not sure. All sorts of weird stuff in here. Kind of colorful, different shades of browns. Oops. Trying to bring my backpack along. The floor is so rough, I can't just drag it because I'll damage the floor and I'll damage my backpack. So I have to keep lifting it up. It's a little bit of work. Most of the cave is a lot easier than this though. It's actually a very easy cave, except for like 3 parts. But 2 of those 3 parts are right here at the entrance. I've only gone like probably 200 feet from the entrance. So you notice how the floor is flat for like the next 10 feet. And then it's filled up with another flow. So this is a perfect example of how caves they form. It's not all a one-time event. It happens over time with changes going on, making different features. There's plant root coming through there. Look at all that black stuff. Same thing, I think that's little plant roots and stuff like that. It's not spiders. I don't think I've seen any spiders in caves around here. So if I wanted to keep going a little bit, I could probably go another 30 feet if I belly crawled, but I just don't see the point. It's obviously a dead end. I don't see anything interesting like bats. It's too warm for ice. I think it's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit in here. Not really warm, but I got a jacket on, so I don't really feel the cold. Obviously I've acclimated. Plus I'm moving around. Yeah, look how pretty that root is.